Hello, good morning. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Sweets at Sharon on YouTube. I am Sharon Henry. Actually, my name is Sharon Henry, and I'm Sweets at Sharon on YouTube. Welcome, and I hope you guys are having a fantastic day. I am. There's a little bit of cloudy. It's a little bit cloudy, and there are a lot of sunshine, a little bit of sunshine, not a lot coming out. So it's not that bad today. I believe right now the temperature is +9. So we're getting there where warmth is concerned. So, guys, I'll get right into my chatting today. Remember, I told you that I am researching because I want to go back to Jamaica to live. I want to be a returning resident and I want to go back to live. So, of course, I am researching how to transition from leaving Canada to Jamaica to, actually go and live as comfortable as I can, pretty much. The same amenities when it comes to housing, when it comes to compatibility of convenience. That's what I'm looking. Jamaica is an island, beautiful sunshine, beach, rain, different climate. Um, but it can be a little bit challenging when you are transitioning. If you're here for almost 30 years like me, to go back, it's not the same from whence you came till now. And not only that, sometimes when you go back to spend holidays, you think it's what it is, it's what you see, but it's different from when you're going to live there. I'm sure a lot of people are doing it and it's okay. All right, so let me tell you a little bit about do's and don'ts, um that you what some things that we expect that is not really reality if we go back to Jamaica. So, um, one of the things I'm advising returning residents to do, and it depends on what family dynamic you have. How is your family structure? When I say family, your relatives back home, what's the relationship that you have with them? Is it good? Um, is there animosity? What kind of relationship you have with your relatives back home? For me personal, I have a good relationship with my sisters, but not so good with my brothers. So going back to Jamaica, I have to be thinking that, do I want to go live among my relatives near, in the same community, in the same land, on the same land? Do I want to do that? Am I going to be happy? Am I going to be in conflict all the time? Disagreements? How I think, how you think going back to live among your relatives, how would it be? So that is one thing to take into consideration. A little bit of backstory. As I said, I don't want to be a lot personal, but for me, I have a little bit of issue with my brothers. I'm sure those who watch me, it's not the first that I'm hearing that. It's a little bit of land issue that my parents died and they leave land, and my brothers decide that they want it all. And there were a little bit of conflict when we talk about it. How come you guys take it all and you didn't give the sisters any? And so on and so forth. So there's a little bit of bad blood there. So if you're in that situation, would you be going to live among people that you have issue with in that kind of atmosphere? Would you want to go and live in that? And as I said, I welcome comment. One of the thing I notice people are giving me thumbs up, but I'm not seeing comments. Please, guys, comment. It drives the algorithm too. So comment, tell me what you think. So for somebody like me, it's a no. Not even to buy land near them. it's a no-no. Am I saying that it's bad that I think they would harm me? No, it's not that. I don't think they would harm me, physically harm me. But for my peace of mind, I don't want to be in the environment where there's going to be conflict, quarreling, disagreement. You're going to see them and they are going to bring up stuff that happened. Because one of my brother, let me tell you a little bit more. One of my brother, the last time we had not a confrontation because apparently was watching my channel and he's saying he actually sent me a voice note. Oh, you're there foreign and you talk about this and that, and you're there foreign and you're not treat man good, you're not treat me good as a brother, and you're not fit at the big sister position where mother look on you and call you a big sister because from my mother and my father dead, you're no business with we again. And I'm talking about a 50-year-old man. So you see what I'm saying? The expectation is that my mom and my dad die and I should be continuing to look after this person, to mind this person who is living his life, having children, them, and so on and so forth. So, would you want to live in that kind of atmosphere? For me, it's no. So, of course, again, I'm thinking about gated community. You know, there's a song in a sitcom that said, "You want to go where everybody knows your name." I love that song, but in my case, no. In this case, going home to live, I don't mind if I go where some people know my name that just meet me. I don't want to go where everybody know my name. Not in this situation. That's a laugh. Okay. So yeah. So in my research, my quest to go back home, these are the things that I'm taking into consideration. All right. Another expectation that we should not have is that the way when we left Jamaica, people were kind of nice, friendly. You know, you could walk the street late. I used to live in a community because most of my adult life I grew up in Kingston, and in the area that I grew up in, Kingston was a nice enough area. There are trouble spots. Yeah, it wasn't like an upscale neighborhood, but it was a nice neighborhood. And like weekends, we chill out. We could go out on the road and they have music and you could sit down, and chill out just watching everybody going by, and music are playing, everybody is nice, everybody knows your name, literally. And so you have your jerk spot where you go buy your jerk chicken, buy your fish, your steamed fish. That's the kind of atmosphere in the weekend. Nice. But the last time I visit that part of Jamaica, it was not so. There's still entertainment, but they were really enclosed. People are more, careful of how long they stay out. Because of course anything can happen, incidents like drive-by shooting or whatever that can happen. It's a different atmosphere now. I'm sure it's not only Jamaica alone, different places in the Caribbean, or it's different now. The young people are different, so everybody is kind of being careful. So that's another thing. If you are not for that type of lifestyle anymore, you don't want to go there. You want to be somewhere where you're safe, you're secure, and it's quiet. And you can live your kind of laid back lifestyle, your kind of easy going, better secured lifestyle. Another thing, I used to be a girl who used to go to the market You know, I was when I was living in Jamaica, I used to go to market on Saturdays. I love to go to market a little bit like in the 2 or 3 o'clock hours. You know, you could go down in Coronation Market when the vendors are almost ready to go home, because you know you're looking cheaper to spend your money, to stretch your money a little bit further. Then you could go down there. And my mom used to sell in Coronation Market, so I used to go down there and glean a little bit. So you could go to your people them from the country who you know, and you could get a dozen of orange for a lower price. You know what I mean? You could get a piece of pumpkin for a lower price than you would have gone in the day, or in the early part of the morning. The prices are higher, but because the vendors want to go home, they lower the prices. You want a piece of yam, you go to the yam vendors who are hurrying up now to go home. That was the vibe, you know. Coronation Market was nice. I think now it's different. You got to get yourself to the market early. And for me, tell you the truth, I love market. I love to go market shopping, but it's not the same as before. So if you're going, talking about going where everybody know your name, it's better to go where somebody know you in that case. All right. Another thing that you don't do, that I don't advise you to do as a returning resident, is to go buy property into community that nobody knows you. And when I say community, like say you want to go to Westmoreland, say you want to go to Portland, St. Elizabeth, St. Thomas, those are beautiful, Clarendon, beautiful countrysides, especially Portland. I love Portland. I love water. I love to be where water is, fruit, vegetable, and them things. But if you're gonna go into a community, you say you hear that a piece of land is selling with a little house on it, and you're thinking, okay, I'm going to buy that house, tear it down, make up a new house, and so on and so forth. Guys, that can be tricky, because if you don't know people in those communities, and people don't know you and you're building, it can be a problem. How? So I'm going to give you an example of somebody that I know that did something like that, but it was in the Linstead area. So yeah, that person was away, and he did not live too far from where he bought the property. But in that community, he was not that well known, right? So he bought a beautiful piece of land, and he built a beautiful house. And you know, they in that community, water, when it's hot, in summer they kind of have drought and so on. So he built his tanks, he bought his tanks, you know, and he have his tanks, but he still travel back and forth. He didn't live there, you know, yet, but he would spend 6 months in, 6 months out. So guys, on the property, he had citrus, you know, mango, a big property. And so he told me he had everything. And he also had have some family members who would come and go on the property and look after the property for him. But the problem is, when it's dry time, the sun came out, guys. I'm in my bedroom, and the sun came out, and it's a little bit brighter. Let me see if I can adjust the lighting a little bit. Um, Give me, okay, all right, yeah. So yeah. So he told me that when time dry, his property is where everybody come for water. And sometime when he go back home, He doesn't have any water in his tanks. And I'm talking about a lot of tanks, a lot of black, water catchment that he has or that he had. And people would just jump the fence, find somewhere to walk, come on his property, and people would just catch water, you know, until it comes a point where he had to be locking off the pipes. And when he did that, they actually were upset and burst the tanks so that the water would run out because they're saying, who do you think you are? You're in this community. Your water is our water. Your fruit is our fruit. Sometimes he said when the mangoes come, he don't get none. Even the people who look after the property for him, they bully the people, they go in, they pick mangoes, and all those kind of things. So those are the things that you have to consider when you are a returning resident. That maybe it's not wise to go buy property into a community that nobody knows you, or into a community where people think that your property is their property. All right? So that is what some of the things that I am thinking. So for me, it's again gated community. And I think I named some places that I like that I'm looking at. So guys, let me go back to banking. So I researched, I told you about my experience when I went back to Jamaica and went into a banking institution. And that's a bank that I was banking in when I was in Jamaica and even continue when I came to Canada. But for some reason, I stopped and the bank book went dormant. And that was Jamaica National. So it's like starting over again, although I have a history. They had my name. And I believe that maybe it would be a little bit easier too. But of course, I did not have my documents, my raw documents. I had them on my phone and they did not take it. So when I came back, I did not really bother to continue the process. But last week, I called another place that was recommended, which is called Victoria Mutual. It's a bank. It's a mortgage lender bank too, just like Jamaica National or NCB. You can get mortgage from any bank, and that is if you're going to mortgage your house, because sometimes you're going back home and you have money that you can buy a property, a house, cash, but sometimes you need spending money. So sometimes you need to think before you act. If you have money and you can buy the house property, you can say too, let me buy, if the house is for 400,000, 300,000 US, you can put 200,000 and keep 1,000 and keep 100,000 to do your upgrades and whatever. Or if you're buying, I don't know, but you have to be wise. You buy pay most of the money down and then you have a little bit of mortgage. You're still gonna need a mortgage lender, a bank that you can do your transactions in, even if your mortgage is low, and it's best you deal with a bank down there. So I researched, and if you can open the account online, because that's what I'm doing, and it's a yes, you can open the account, and you can be, if you were a member, or if you can continue the banking, they can open back the account and you continue, or you can be invited in the member onboarding portal, which means that you're a new member and you start from that to do your banking. And yes, and you have to be in it for at least 2 years. You have to have a history of at least 2 years before you can get a mortgage if you're going to that route. So yes, that's how you do it. So that is a little bit more information that I wanted to share with you today. I'm happy about it. I'm excited. I am dealing with the next part of it here. Just counting my ducks and setting them in a rows, so that everything can be lined up when I'm ready for the process. One other thing I really don't want to do is to buy the property too quick. I think I mentioned it in my previous video that I'm trying to avoid buying the property too quick and still living here, and to consider persons who are going to take care of my property, or if I'm going to Airbnb my property. I have to be thinking that I would prefer wait until I'm really ready to go live, you know, and to go settle. That's how I want to do it, guys. So, yeah, thank you for just coming on the journey with me, and you'll be hearing more. And so, I am proactive in just researching, and of course, maybe, who knows, a couple months from now, I'll be in the process of acquiring my property. Who knows? Let's pray and keep our finger crossed, and let's continue to talk about it. Thank you for watching. And if you are new, please subscribe to the video, because a lot of people watch me but they don't subscribe. Take a little time out to subscribe. If you're watching on TV, go to your phone, subscribe to Sweets That Sharon. And if you are my longtime subscriber, thank you for watching. Share the video, give me thumbs up, but I value your comments. So love you until next time. Peace out.